Let's walk through requesting your payment here. uiclaimsportal.ky.gov. It's going to have you log in through ID Me. I'm going to skip that because I've shown you that before. When you get to this screen here, you're going to click on Payment Request. It should pop up. It's going to tell you what information you're going to need and how to report your earnings if you have any earnings. You'll just click Next on this screen. This is going to show you your benefit weeks that you're requesting. On yours, it should show January 10th and January 17th. Click Next. It's asking if you returned to full-time work during that period. It should be no unless you've gotten a full-time job somewhere. Click Next. The school and training, I do want to reiterate on this. It's asking if you began a school or training program that is going to keep you from seeking full-time work. Answer no. Click Next. Alright, this is the part where it's asking if you searched for work. That should be yes for everybody. It's going to cause issues if it's not. Click Next. Now, job search. I'm going to walk through this a couple of different ways. It wants you to do 5 job search activities, 3 of which have to be either an application or an interview. So you can't go do 3 job fairs and 2 job shadowings and that work. So what I'm going to put in here, I'm going to tell it that I did 4 job applications and 1 interview. And keep in mind, this is a mock run here, so don't use my answers, use your own. Click Next. It's going to ask you to provide the name of the employer or company that you contacted. I'm going to use Bob's Burgers here. It asks what position you applied for. Whatever position you applied for is what you'll put in there. If you're not sure, you might put any or any available, something along those lines. Provide the name and title of the person you contacted. That's going to be the person's name, owner, manager, whatever it might be. Provide the date you filled the job application out. You can use the calendar and click on it and go choose your day, or you can just type it into that line. Now on this one here, I had to go in and change the year because the mock application I've got was set up for 12/28 through January 3rd. You guys are going to be both weeks in January, so you won't have to deal with that. But again, you can type it in or you can use the calendar. Either way, whichever works best for you. How did you contact this employer? I'm going to try and give a few different examples, but it's email, fax, in person, internet web. So this one we're going to do in person. You're going to put in the employer's phone number. Just type it into this box here. Again, this is a fake number. Don't use the info I'm using. Enter the name of the person or company you contacted, address of the contact. You're going to put in the town or city. State, if you hit the first letter, it'll bring you down closer to where you need to be. Enter the zip code and indicate the result. Call again. Possible future hire, uncertain, and unsuccessful are the 4 options. I'm going to use uncertain for this example. Then you'll click Next. It's going to take you to job application 2. Job application 2, you're going to enter all of the same information for the employer that you did on application 1. This time I'm going to use the internet web option and click Next. This is where you put the web address of the place that you applied. Now if you went to Indeed, this is where you would put Indeed.com or whatever job search you might have used. Then you'll indicate the result from this contact, and if you don't know, you can just use uncertain if you haven't heard from them or whatever. Job application number 3, same information for the employer again. Provide a date. How did you contact? I'm choosing internet web. Put in a web address and a result. Click Next. Job application number 4, same process again. Who you contacted, the date you contacted them, how you contacted the employer. Use an email on this one. Go enter their email address and indicate a result. Click next. Now we're going to fill out our job interview. Provide the name of the employer or company. Provide the name and title of the person you had an interview with. Provide the email of the person you interviewed with. Provide the phone number of the person you interviewed with. What position was the interview for, and that could be different than what you originally applied for. And provide the date of the interview. What was the method? Phone, in person, or online? I'm going to use phone this time. Click next. Now it moves to week 2. Week 2 is going to ask you the same information just for the second week. Did you search for work? You're going to say yes. Then it's going to ask you if it was applications, interviews, shadowing, networking, workshop, or employment search programs, and you'll enter up to, you got to have a total that adds up to 5. Then it's going to have you hit the same questions that you did for those 5 things that we did the first week. I'm not going to make you watch all of that again, so we'll just kind of skip through that portion. After the second week's work search, you get back to stuff you're used to. Weeks to claim, Sunday through Saturday. You're going to click next. It asks if you had any income for the week. This is something we usually see. Click no, click next, unless you had a job. Did you refuse any offer of work? Answers should be no. Since your last day laid off, have you performed any work that you quit or were fired from? No. Were you available for full-time work? Yes. Were you physically and mentally able to perform full-time work? Yes. During this week, did you begin receiving retirement benefits or have a change? No. Then you're just going to click next again. Week to claim, it's showing you the second week here. It asks about the income again. Answer should be no unless you've got a second job. Then you're going to click next. Eligibility, did you refuse work? No. Since the last day, have you quit or been fired? No. Are you available for full-time? Yes. Were you physically and mentally able to perform? Yes. Did you get a change in your retirement? No. Click next. The last screen is going to be the certification, just asking if you certify that your answer to your questions are honest and truthful. Click yes, click next. It's going to give you a loading screen. You'll get a confirmation. Click finish, and then make sure that you log out. I always tell everybody to log out, not just for your privacy, but if you have some sort of issue when you log in the next time. A lot of times it's because you didn't log out the time before. I want to take you back to the login screen one more time, because the following day after you have made your claim, you'll go back the next day and you're going to go up to My Information up on the top right. You'll click on that, and that is where you're going to find your payment history, to be able to find your waiting week, how much you were paid, any of that information that you might need. So keep that in mind, and if it is your waiting week, that is where you'll have to go to find that. Hopefully I covered everything here, and this will help you get your check requested. I know it's a little different than what we're used to, but it's not going to be too terrible. If we start seeing any new issues, I'll try to get some videos out and address those, but for now this should get everybody rolling. Well, thanks, and we'll see you next week.